All right, I had better make sure that I do this properly. Is that the right way before I start? It is. They're giving me the nod from the wings
production
there,
crew.
From the wings.
Yeah.
How are you, Leah?
Yeah, not bad, brother. How about you? Welcome back, everybody, once again to our Loosey Goosey show right here from the Appalachian. Under certain lockdown rules, going to be a little quieter today, I think, than we've had in the past. But yeah, you know, what do you do? Big Daddy Russ in Lee Lake and Leah Lywood, and of course we are on location at the Appalachian like we have been the last few weeks. Beautiful new stage behind us too, which is so cool. It looks great.
Oh, doesn't it look nice, eh?
Even our band was supposed to be playing here this month, but along with the AC/DC cover band. But right now everything's just put on. You know, the brakes have been put on. With all the new government regulations, it's all we can really do at this point.
Well, you have to love being in the restaurant business, right?
Yeah.
Just, you know, because I think restaurants get it worse than anybody else does.
I think they are right now.
And also the gyms are getting it good.
You know, Bennett, we'll talk about this in a story in a little bit. Bennett even brought it up and made a very good point that, you know, we were rolling along fairly well. A lot of restaurants had ordered for not just takeout, but dining in.
Yeah.
And now the dine-in's been cut off. They're stuck with all this food, having to go crazy. So, you know, like I say, we're here at the Appalachian, 68 Main Street North. They're still doing takeout. Give them a call at 905-877-9888. And
call tomorrow for the special.
Oh, there's a big special tomorrow. Manny, what's the special tomorrow again?
If we're on tomorrow.
Ribs.
Yeah, we got ribs.
Danish ribs.
Danish ribs with a full rack of Danish ribs with fries for $15. So great deals, great food. Obviously, their food here has just changed around so much. It's dynamite. And yeah, give them a call. Like I said, 905-877-9888. Order your food today and help local businesses survive here, right?
That's right.
That's all we can do.
Now, speaking of local businesses, of course, our wonderful friends at Max Tires and Autos Repairs, and of course, they have the best deals on tires.
Don't you forget it.
Don't you forget it. 905-873-9255. If you need tires, you need your car repaired, and you want to go to somebody that you can trust, you come to Max Tires. And it's the only place. And hello to Fred's Towing and Easy Taxi. They're looking for drivers, both of them. Everybody's is looking for workers right now.
Well, it's up and down. Now this week's going to kind of change things because you got a lot of people that got hired again for servers and are now. So maybe you could go drive cab.
Yeah. I mean,
kind of same hours if you did the night shift.
You know, driving cab is a way of life for me. I mean,
well, it is. It becomes a lifestyle.
Broadcasting, it's just, you know, like breathing.
Yeah, becomes part of the lifestyle.
And hello, I got Sean as the owner of Easy Taxi and Max Tire and Fred's. I got him his dinner jacket. I'm getting Manny one.
Oh, right on.
And we're going to have a big picture. But you know, we have big plans for the Appalachian here.
Yep.
And of things that we want to do.
And this lockdown is not going to stop what we started here. We love this place. It's the little room that rocks. We're going to
This is our home, and this is even though he's an Italian soccer fan and I'm a British soccer fan. We'll get to that later.
That's,
you know what I mean? I can see here we go. Did you hear about the new Toronto FC striker from Napoli we picked up? It's over here. A big start for TFC from the Italian national team that won the European Cup. They need about 9 more players, I think. But anyway, the big story, I guess. There's lots of big stories this week. A developer whose property had problems with floodwaters in Glen Williams in 2021 has taken precautions ahead of 2022's rainy weather. It's done a lot of work too. Eden Oak Homes mentions it's put forth a variety of new measures to address the stormwater that flowed from its land as the terminus of Gamble Street 3 times in 2021 down the hill. According to the company, has put in, listen to this, double silt fences around the area. They put in 1,000 straw bales against the fence to filter the water flow, and they completed extensive additional grading to direct the water flow to the stormwater ponds, okay? Instead of the backyards, everybody's forgetting. And of course, it was a brown trudge of mess coming. It looked like a very bad movie from the 50s coming down that hill. You know, it was brown. It looked like chocolate milk, but it wasn't chocolate milk. So they've worked hard, and our hats off to them for working hard because
Well, some of those stories, because we read them all throughout this past year. Every time it would seem to hit.
Well, when you live in a small town, you know everyone, and I know about 3 or 4 people that live on Park Street East, which is where it went down into, and they weren't very happy about it.
I know the spot you're talking about too, and I could see it happening. No problem. As everybody knows, Ontario will be delaying students going back to classrooms for a couple of weeks. Put forth a number of restrictions due to the rising number of COVID-19 cases. Starting January 5th, Ontario will close indoor dining, theaters, museums, and indoor sports and recreation facilities. Shopping malls, personal care businesses, and indoor weddings and funerals will be held at 50% capacity. Social gatherings will be limited to 5 people indoors and 10 people outdoors. Actually works pretty good in here. We're 5 people indoors, so that kind of works. Health Minister Christine Elliott mentioned the restrictions will remain in place for 21 days, at which point the province will look at them again. I don't see a bright light at the end of the tunnel, but we can keep our fingers crossed.
Is this the last wave? That's what I'm wondering. Is there another one coming behind
I
it?
don't know. I think there'll be another 5 boosters anyways before.
I wish I learned how to surf with all these waves we got going on,
Well, down at Young's Pharmacy, they're giving the boosters out right now. So it's very easy to get a booster shot if you do want them.
Well, yeah, we're not getting the lineups like Toronto and Brampton and Mississauga and all that are getting, like you see some of the lineups. These people are lining up at 5 a.m. to get in at 9. And I'm like, it's minus 15 degrees outside. I'm not lining up. I wouldn't do it for a concert. I'm not doing it for a booster.
I don't know. There's a few concerts I'd do it for. Well, back in the day, maybe not anymore.
Back in the day, yeah.
Not anymore. No. I like my toiletries and my warm.
Stand in that line for Bieber tickets.
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
A concert
running
versus a needle. Let's look at this picture.
Well, you can see where our minds are. We're still kids, right? I mean, basically, both of us are kids.
Oh,
you are too.
Oh, yeah.
I'd sooner talk about rock and roll and music, and which is what we're going to do on our new show. And our new show is coming up. We're recording it after this. It's going to be the same as this one, basically, without all of the news input. We're going to have some fun with it.
More Loosey Goosey.
More Loosey Goosey across Canada in our Acton dinner jackets from Canada's hometown, Halton Hills, Ontario.
Yep.
We are Canada's, and the reason we say that is that we run 2 national radio stations out of our small little hometown here north of Toronto.
Yep.
And Radio GTA and FM108.ca, you'll hear about them on the other show. Really, basically, we're talking about Halton Hills Online Community Radio on this show. And this will never change. We will always be. And this is the yardstick that we are going to do our other show.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because Leah and I have been working together for so many years now. It's just,
if you couldn't tell,
night and day. It's a pleasure to work with you guys. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Now, as 2022 gets underway, local residents and officials are cautiously optimistic 2022 will deliver growth and prosperity for Halton Hills, along with the problems and challenges of COVID-19 world. That's a bright way to look at it, I think. Looking into his mayor's crystal ball for the final time, Rick Bennett, who recently announced he won't be running in the next municipal election, mentioned there are several things to look forward to around Halton Hills this year, including plans for a 14-unit affordable housing apartment building on Guelph Street, which is going in where the old ambulance was there. The corner of Chapel.
Yep.
Right across from my old house.
Yep.
And that new prefabricated house that's there now. But that's some good news. Now, the other important development is the McGibbon Hotel condominium, which may get started. I wonder why they're saying may get started.
Yeah, that's interesting.
May get started as a unanimous support at council for the McGibbon project, by the way. Noting that 169 units to the downtown core will be the McGibbon. Once completed, will add to the vibrancy of downtown Georgetown. He talked about other items, including continuing to support and help businesses recover from the pandemic, which is very important, and supporting arts and culture, shopping local, of course, affordable housing, as we mentioned, and the expansion of the urban boundaries. One thing he came up with, I think you have that story, is the mayor suggested maybe a Tuesday night where we buy something from our local businesses. Make it a Tuesday night supper night.
Yeah.
You go to the Appalachian one night, you go to the symposium, or you go to our, or in Acton, of course, with the Red Harp or wherever.
Tanner.
Well, that was
whatever.
something I think that we initially did last year. We
Yes.
were going through this, was like, I think we said like Friday night.
Yeah.
We did that.
Friday
and
night, come
Yeah,
home
that's
from
right, we
work,
did.
those that
Yeah.
are going for work.
Yeah.
That's usually pizza night for a lot of people. So
It's changed the way a lot of us live, I think. COVID.
God, yeah.
You know, we're gonna just a little bit, yeah. You know, but I enjoy. We have some wonderful businesses in this town, and we have to support them.
Yeah, as
and the
much
mayor,
as we can, you
mayor
know.
is. I wonder who's going to run for mayor. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, well,
Mr. Big Mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that going over well at council. I'd make them all wear these. They all have to wear these in council.
Acton Dinner Jack. It's funny when I
They
gave.
all have to wear them.
I gave Sean, the owner of Max Tires, his. He had it on 5 minutes later out in the yard, and everybody's pointing at it. And,
Well, you can't miss
Acton-
them.
The new ones have official Acton Dinner Jacket right on the sleeve here, and by the way, to those that are waiting for them, we were overwhelmed, and you will get them next week. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, oh yeah, we'll get to them for sure.
Oh, it's been busy. Like they're really popular, but people like them. They love the idea.
And they're
of,
warm.
And they're
You
warm.
know, it's
They are.
minus 12 out right now. I wore it here. It was quite warm.
right.
No problem.
That's right. There's nothing wrong with being Canadian.
Something we really haven't talked about this, even over this past year with the pandemic going on, a lot of delays continuing to bog down the Ontario court system. Halton Hills is asking the Chief Justice to address this situation. During its most recent meeting, Town Council passed a motion that calls on Chief Justice Lisa Massenouve to quickly resolve the lack of judicial resources in the Provincial Offences Act courts to allow for important hearings to be scheduled and heard in a timely manner to allow for a fast resolution of serious matters. The motion from Councillor Clark Somerville indicates that 276 Halton Hills parking infractions notices are awaiting trial and are expected to be canceled because of delays, which will result in significant revenue loss to the town. And it's not just the revenue from it, it's also the issue of fairness. Mentioned Somerville, everyone's entitled to a day in court if they wish to have one. And that's been a real problem, I think, with the courts over the last little while, is all the delays that they've just been backlogged like crazy.
There's a guy that should run for mayor.
Clark. Oh, I agree. I think Clark would be the perfect candidate.
Don't you
really.
think so?
I think so, absolutely. You know,
He's always front and center with everything.
but the only thing I laugh about is, you know, like I said before, if Justin Trudeau can get elected with absolutely no experience whatsoever,
You have a shot.
I've got a great shot.
I could be your Ed McMahon. I'll be your sidekick. You know what I mean?
That was Johnny Kurtz.
I'll laugh and drink.
I can be your assistant.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll help you. Ontario's medical officer.
Send your
of health-
nominations
yeah.
into the town of Halton Hills. There you go.
I think you should run. What the hell? Who cares if you
I'm a
only?
great administrator. I've been doing
I
it for
think
years.
you know. I mean, regular folks run small towns.
Sure.
And Mayor Rick, he's a hometown guy. He's a friendly guy. Clark, same thing. That's what we need here. We
Yeah.
don't need some guy that's going to change the world, because you're not going to change the world. You have to change it slowly.
So
can't
nobody
run.
notices.
Yeah. All right. Ontario's Chief Medical Officer of Health mentions that the province is doing everything it can to ensure students will be able to go back to school on January 17th in Halton Region and across the country. Dr. Kieran Morris stated the province is improving access for booster shots for staff at schools and childcare centres, providing access to non-fitted N95 masks, and has bought 3,000 HEPA filters for classrooms. They're the filters that filter out.
Oh, yeah.
And it is hoped that we can adhere to the 17th for returning to in-class learning. I don't think we're going to make that. Do you?
No, I don't think. I can't see it.
Well, it depends on how the numbers go and what happens, but I don't think we're going to make the 17th. But let's hope that we get.
I think
the
they're
kids
just
back.
giving them, buying some time. That's all they're really doing at this point, right?
Yeah.
So
There's so many things that we're talking about with COVID. It's an endless news feed of COVID information.
Right.
And really, after a while, you get sick of it.
Oh, yeah.
But
God,
it's
yeah.
something that we have to.
we've been having that discussion for the last
have
little
to
while.
talk about. But
Little while.
It seems to be every day.
yeah.
This is something we've talked about over the years too, that we really haven't mentioned enough, and we need to mention more. Is we need to continue to attract industrial and commercial development. Mayor Rick Bonnett mentioned in a local chamber of commerce at his annual State of Town luncheon, a noticeable portion of the town's budget is paid for with the taxes collected from commercial and industrial. The town's capital program also relies on non-residential growth. He said the focus is on attracting the benefit of improving the town's residential to non-residential tax ratio, putting the town in a better economic and financial position. He stated the program has helped 27 businesses, which could result in as much as $1 billion in investment in the town. He mentioned to the town is focusing on 4 sectors: advanced manufacturing, food, beverage processing, clean technology, and agribusiness. There's a funky word, agribusiness.
Well, we were a big agricultural community, I guess.
How we pretty much started out, right? A farming community. So
that's right.
our goal is to stay competitive. We need to be competitive. We need to maintain open for business approach to grow non-residential assessment and attract jobs. Clean technology is also another thing they're talking about too. So they're going to look at businesses that
We've done all the stories. Now we're going to have some fun.
Yeah.
Well, as much fun as you can in the COVID world, I guess.
But who
Do ya?
gives a crap?
Yeah.
It's another outbreak at a couple nursing homes. So
Go ahead.
no, that's all it is.
I wanted to talk about the wonderful Christmas lights that appear around our town every year. And 2 people come to mind: the house on Johnson Crescent over behind the Appalachian here, behind the hospital.
Right. Yeah.
If you haven't seen this, next year,
Has he done the 2 houses again? Like,
he's done. He's his neighbors must feel like a Seinfeld episode with that Kenny Rogers roasted
the
chicken.
roasters inside.
Remember that? But he does some wonderful things. They actually have their own radio frequency as well, where and the music and the lights go to each other.
Right.
They are in time, and it's amazing how many people just sit and enjoy. It's nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
And of course,
I think a lot of people were leaving them on for the month
right.
of January, I think too. So.
And of course, Marcel Goudreau, who is our very good friend. He always does an amazing job.
And he's Georgetown South, right?
Yeah, Georgetown South. Number 2 Samuel, right on the corner there. He doesn't hide where he lives. He's right there.
And he raises money.
And he raises money
does.
for the Canadian, or for our local cancer. And of course, they do it. I'm dealing with that personally right now with cash, with a very dear friend of mine. And I have to say, they are an amazing organization. Stop touching myself. See, when
don't say it like that.
You got to remember, I've been in radio for 47 years. This TV is like new for me.
Okay, you're in training. We're working on it.
All right. Okay. All right.
I could tell he forgets.
Don't you ever touch your face? I've never noticed.
Very distant.
Very often. Not very often.
No.
Really.
No.
I
Maybe
stay
I should
aware,
go to the
I stay
doctor
very aware of
for
it
that.
just because I did video and television a little bit more than you
But
did.
you know what's
so.
going to happen now? Because we're talking about it, we're going to be going.
No, I'm still always wary of it. And I don't know, it just got ingrained in me because when I was with City TV doing my internship through college, the director I had was brutal. Would whip a pencil at you. You did it. Oh yeah, would whip a pencil right at you.
Well, you have to. It's a different medium.
Sure.
It's the same, but it's a different one because it's a visual thing.
Well, today I
haven't got to picking my nose yet.
Today is more a visual media. People are more into the visual media.
Yeah.
As opposed to even I know people that have Spotify or listen online to radio or FM or whatever they choose to listen to, but their main thing is video. You know what I mean?
It's always been that
because
way.
the technology's there, right?
Yeah, the technology is there. But there's nothing like a radio station when you're on a long trip or when you're in the car.
Think about doing this vlog 15 years ago. We'd have this big monstrous camera here.
Yeah.
We'd have to have a crew of 8 people.
Yeah. Now we can do it with a cell phone.
Yeah.
And
a few some good mics and stuff. It always helps, but.
A few things that I want to get into in the new year is really starting to get into the local artists, and I'm going to be working with Manny, and so are you. We're going to have a meeting with the Appalachian after our show for a few minutes and discuss doing some exciting things here. You know,
Hopefully
if people
soon.
can't come to us, we can turn up the volume and plug ourselves in here and entertain you from here. It would be kind of nice to be like Johnny Carson, have a band behind you. And but Manny and I have been talking about doing some stuff for local musicians, for jam night, for you guys, because the world revolves around rock and roll. I'm sorry, it does. To
Music
me,
is a natural healer.
music is. Can you imagine
yeah.
a world without music?
And again, it doesn't have to be rock and roll. I know people that are
Country,
classic. You know, it's a comfort thing. It's like eating shepherd's pie or
Well, you look at
know.
Larry. Larry Mountain is basically a rocker. Neil is a rocker, but he leans towards country. So we have all these varieties here in town. I'd really like to get Larry on the show, record some stuff, talk to Larry, have him play, stuff like that. And if you're a local musician, call the Appalachian and just inquire, because we're in the early stages of planning this. And we can do it maybe once a month, but we'll see what happens. But local musicians are very important to our community. And you know, they're the guys that you go out on a Saturday night, and they're the guys that are entertaining you. And they're the guys, and the gals, of course, sorry, that bring our community together. You know, I mean, I have fond memories. When I think of nightlife in Georgetown, I think of Larry and watching him at the Gib, or Neil, you know, old ways that we used to have that we don't have anymore.
No, we're not going to get them again for a while. So you know.
But when it does come back, it'll be at the Appalachian. I'm telling you.
Well, that's it too. You know, that there's we're still a small community, and you know there's no movie theater to so much anymore and stuff like that. So you know, it's like we've always said. You know, once we get back to it, you know, go to the Raiders games, take the kids to the Raiders game, take the kids home, drop them with a babysitter, come to the Appalachian afterwards and see some live music. So,
you know, it's all right watching the Leafs. I mean, we all love the Leafs, and whoever your team is, or your Raptors, or whatever your sport is. But it's so nice to go out and support the boys and girls that play for your home team.
Yeah, we've got some great female hockey teams too.
We sure do. And you know, I mean, I'm as much a Raiders fan as I am a Leaf fan. I feel down when they
Actually,
lose.
It's funny, our jackets are their colors. Eh?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, exactly.
The red and the black.
That's right. And a great history of hockey in Georgetown, of course, and in Acton. We're it was a little league,
the little
capital
NHL.
of Canada, little NHL.
Yeah.
So Halton Hills has a few. So now we're, of course, Canada's national radio too. We have 2 radio stations running here that are totally. If you want to get away from all of the 10 minutes of commercials every hour, and you want to hear music, and you want to hear news, weather, sports that are Canadian-based, long music sweeps, then come to our new national stations. We have the 50s, 60s, and 70s with FM 108.ca, and we have a mix of new and old on Radio GTA.
Yeah.
And we also have a Big 20 every Wednesday night, which we'll talk about on the other show. But this is basically we're very proud of our radio station, Halton Hills Online. We put a lot of work into it. And we've done a lot of work with businesses here, such as Shop the Hills. We're pounding that away. Shop the Hills tag.
Hashtag. Yeah.
Hashtag, is that what you call it?
Hashtag shop. Sorry.
We gotta get you a phone.
I do not own a cell phone, never have. I have a phone on the wall at home from 1968, and I answer it, and it has a long cord on it. And, well, you know, but I don't have a cell phone, and I guess I have to get one, you know. I'm scared of technology. That's why I hang around with this guy, because if Big Daddy has something new and plugs it in, guaranteed it won't work. I'll tell you a story next time. We don't have enough time now. But, yeah, I'm not a very technical kind of guy. Give me a microphone, I'll never shut up. But, you know, basically.
No, I know the feeling. Even learning some of the stuff drives me crazy. It's like, oh, you got to be kidding me. And then you go back to try and do it again, and you forget how to do it. It's just like, come on. But I think the thing for us is right now is as we go through the next 3 weeks, basically, that we're gonna have to wait and see what they're going to do with us and watch and see what the numbers are going to do.
I have to complain about the OJHL. They are not letting us know what's going on. I mean, I
don't
unless
think
I
they
am
know.
not digging deep enough, but I keep trying to report on the Raiders games and they're not playing. It's obviously COVID related. I mean, doesn't take rocket science to figure that out.
Well,
but tell us what's going on.
Montreal Canadiens had like 24 cases, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, there's only 23 players on the team.
And they've already gone down the shitter anyway.
God.
I mean, so it doesn't.
What a wicked start for them this year.
That's another thing we'll talk about on the national show as we'll get into sports more. I mean, it's a strange time. We've been set back again. We thought we were all gung-ho, ready to get going, and Manny and I were getting excited about getting stuff going and getting the bands going, and then all of a sudden, you get slapped again.
Yeah. I'm not all that surprised. I kind of knew it was coming. The fact that they waited until after Christmas, let everybody settle down from Christmas, was a little odd and a little, again, wishy-washy on their part, but it's the same with not closing the airports. We're going to talk about this on our national story. You saw that story about the party airplane.
Oh, yeah.
From Mexico.
Yeah.
Did you hear about this? Oh, my God. And we're going to get
Well,
into that a little bit later,
basically, okay, I can understand. These guys are, okay, they took it a little too far, but aren't they blowing this a little bit out?
Oh, sure they are. Sure they are.
Did anybody fight or scrap on the plane? I don't think they did.
I don't think so.
I think they were partying. Maybe they had a few drinks and forgot a few things. Get on with your life. It doesn't need to be on the top of our national news, even though it is.
Oh, God,
and we will talk about it, but come on.
Oh, yeah.
There's more important things going on, like Indigenous children with the government and what the government are going to give them. We have COVID going across the country. For God's sakes, I don't care about what somebody does in Montreal on a plane. Okay, deal with it. Deal with it. Okay, if you're going to give them shit, give them shit.
Party.
Give them shit, but don't make a national deal out of it.
But they want to be able to make an example out of them. And
Okay, they screwed up.
Okay, well, why didn't you do that when a bunch of your premiers and MPPs all took vacations 2 Christmases ago, got caught, and that got swept under the rug?
Yeah.
But these ne'er-do-wells, do this on a plane in the sky, where they're not affecting anybody
I don't
but who's
care.
on the plane.
I don't think if they sneeze, it's going to make it to land to affect anybody.
I think, you know what I mean?
I just don't know why they made a big hoopla about it. I was kind of surprised about the story
That's
I ignored the
that's the
story for the
regular
first
media.
couple of days, and then it just kept getting shifted to the top, and I'm going, all these important stories are down here, and this is up here.
That just shows you how bad our standard media today is it's just gotten to the point where it's censored, in my opinion. It's not edited anymore. It's censored now.
Can I say one thing before we go? We're getting close to the end. I almost said it. The idiot who put the graffiti on the side of, which building was that?
Is it First Choice Haircutters or
First Choice Haircutters.
First Choice Haircutters in the Sobeys Plaza?
Yeah.
The wall that faces the fire department, and it's got the stop sign there. You go out the back way of the mall. Somebody's put this handgun with a broken heart.
With the bullet in between.
With the bullet in between, and it's big. If I stood up to it, like my arm span wouldn't cover the size of the gun. Like it's big.
I have to say this. You guys, Katie and Leah, you worked so hard on the Telecells trying to police it, and it really has released a lot of tension with Leah.
Yeah.
And they're getting upset. Okay, guys. So let's, somebody.
Graffiti, come on, really? What's it? And it's not even well done. It's not even well done.
What would make you do something
You're
like
not
that?
an artist, so stop drawing on walls, okay?
If
it's nice graffiti.
If you want to do something, contact the town about painting one of the,
skate park things or something along those lines. You know what I mean? This is Chris Golden actually brought it up on that post. He brought it up that maybe they should look at somewhere that somebody could do a mural and do that type of thing, but
Well, we
let's
had
at
a
least have
wonderful-
somebody that knows how to draw a handgun decently. Like,
Let's do something positive. If you're
I'd
going
like
to
to
be,
know what it means. Why did somebody? What happened that prompted somebody?
well, you don't know what's going on in their
Right.
lives, right? They might have a.
some turkey thinks he's from Compton or something. I don't know.
This isn't the project.
No,
you know what I
this
mean?
is-
It's Acton,
yeah.
or Georgetown. But yeah, smart enough. Come on, that's ridiculous.
Pull your pants up, put the spray can away.
Same thing happened a few years ago with the Legion downtown. I could have killed whoever did that, defacing our Legion. My God.
Yeah.
Come
That's
on.
just disrespect, man. That's pure
Disrespectful.
disrespect.
Especially at
And
the
you're,
Legion.
you're not gaining any popularity,
No.
my friend.
If anything, in small town, I find guys that do stuff like that are actually just more embarrassing themselves than they really are. You know, people are not thinking you're cool. Let's put it that way. We're thinking you're a dork.
Yeah. All right, we'll wrap her up. But anyway, I have to remind you, Bill Smith, of course, has the new music weekend, of course, as always, 8 to midnight on Saturday and Sunday nights with all the new music commercial free. We're going to be really looking at local musicians on our radio on Saturday nights and moving some of our local music into our daytime shows. Yourself and Leah are going to be playing a lot of Gord Fenley, some Neil Cotton, some Larry Melton. Have you heard Larry's version of Imagine?
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Post you put
Yeah.
up, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you can't miss it. He posts it everywhere.
I love Larry. I mean, how can you not love Larry? I got to tell you a story. I've heard this from two different people, and I don't know if it's true or not, but I think it is because I know Larry very well. Two people told me that he went to a local produce farm. He bought a skid of potatoes, a skid, not just a bag, and he delivered them to all the food banks. Now that's the kind of guy you want to deal with.
Yes, it
is.
Larry Melton, you're a champ, buddy. Love you. That's all I have to
And
say.
hopefully they can get back to raising money for the Georgetown bread
Are we,
basket.
are we
you know.
still doing the Wednesday night?
can't.
We can't. That's right.
Can't do any of that.
That's right.
No, it's funny. I had a post up, one of the posts I put about the mayor and helping locally and everything else. It was funny because Larry commented on it because it talks about local businesses suffering, and he did comment and say, and musicians, you
Yeah.
know, not being able to play live.
Did you
And
see
I mean,
Larry-
that's just as important.
Did you
We were
see?
supposed to be playing here tomorrow night.
Yeah. We'll get back to it, guys. We'll get back to it. Did you see
Yeah.
Larry's Christmas picture before we go? It looked like an old Bonanza film. He was sitting there. He had a big
Yeah,
fireplace.
Yeah.
And Buddy had a cowboy hat, and they were both sitting at a
That's,
huge
Sean-
Beautiful
table.
house.
Sean Wilson.
Beautiful
I'm
house.
waiting for Hop Sing to run out of the back. You know, with
They
some
were
food.
doing a show there.
Oh, were
Him
they?
and Sean, yeah. Yeah, they were doing a Christmas.
That's his house, actually.
No, it isn't.
Oh.
No, that was somebody's house. That was a show they were at.
My God, was that
The
an
guy with the
amazing
cowboy
picture.
hat, amazing guitar player. He plays here a lot on Sunday nights with us,
Okay.
Sean Wilson.
Okay.
So I'd asked him about it because
Yeah.
there were a couple pictures that Larry had posted from that house.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was pretty cool. So
It looked
you
like an
know,
old Bonanza, you know what I mean? They had their
Beautiful
hat.
place, yeah.
Yeah, and there's Lauren Green. I mean, Larry Melton toasting.
Lauren.
All right, we're brought to you as always by Max Tires, 905-873-9255. The best deals on tires, and they also fix cars and trucks. And they're into Fred's Towing and Easy Taxi. It's an Easy Taxi in the new year. We'll be doing traffic reports on Halton Hills Radio too.
Right.
There you
Yeah,
go.
with Sonia.
Sonia Morgan will be coming. We'll introduce you to her. She's got her dinner jacket and her toque already.
Good.
Yeah. So, and we're brought to you, of course, by the fantastic little room that rocks.
The Appalachian, 68 Main Street North in Georgetown, still doing takeout. So follow the COVID protocols. Got to come in with a mask and order ahead at 905-877-9888.
Go ahead. You're a part.
At 905-877-9888. And yeah, order your food today. And if this is on before Saturday, they're going to have a rib special going on. Full rack of ribs with fries. Dutch ribs, I should say. Danish baby back ribs. Baby back ribs.
Remember that commercial?
Baby back
ribs.
ribs. Yes, so you can order that for $15 from the Appalachian. 68 Main Street North, 905-877-9888.
That's right. And of course, so many things going on right now and that we can't do. we're talking about that we can't
Driving
do.
me nuts.
And it's starting to get to everybody a little bit. I think COVID-19 and you know, I'll say this: it's a sack of shit. I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
I'm sick of wearing a mask. I'm sick of you know, the whole bit, and so is everyone else. But what choice do we have?
Life goes on.
Life goes
It's
on.
not going to stop.
And hopefully we'll
No,
get.
but some days we're wishing that just for a couple of hours it would slow down on social media.
Stop the world. I want to get off. Well, that's why I say I just don't go on it anymore. And
have a choice.
we, you know, people, we really need to stop. You know, bitching on social media. If you want to bitch to your local MP, your local MPP. You know, bitch to the right avenue. Bitching on Facebook is not worth it. So.
I can see your point. You're both shying away from social media right now. I have to jump right into it every day, you know, because that's my job.
Yeah.
But so I can understand, because I feel your pain. Every day I get up and I write a newscast, and it's always the same thing: COVID, 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 COVID. You know.
Yeah.
Sidney Poitier died. I have to say that before we leave.
Age
Great
93.
actor.
Oh God, yeah.
First black actor to win an Oscar. He was wonderful in To Serve with Love, but you know my favorite movie with him is overlooked is The Heat of the Night.
Yeah. He was great in that, eh?
Yeah, and they call me Mr. Tibbs. Just an amazing actor. I fell in love with Lulu in 1968 when I watched that movie. Just an amazing actor. One of those cream of the crop guys that comes around once in a lifetime. 95, God bless him. And
94, wasn't it?
93, I thought.
No, I thought we all get different ages. I posted it first
in
thing
his
this
90s.
morning.
He's in
and
his
I'm pretty
90s.
sure it said 94.
He was old.
I think I'll tell you right now.
Now we got to settle this.
Let's settle it. How old was he when he died?
94.
Come on, Russ. Where are you here? There we go.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
95.
See, it said on the post that I posted by the news, NBC News, 94.
Once again, it's not edited anymore, it's censored. Have yourselves, community is driven by community. You navigate.
And we
drive.
drive. And don't forget to say that. And don't forget. Now, I go this way, right?
Yes.
See? Are you following along at home there in Hamilton, Mark Panopoulos? You're the guy that invented this.
Loosey Goosey chime
Loosey
time.
Goosey time.
Thank you for tuning in. Have yourselves a great week, everybody. And we'll catch you on the B side.